papers.
Look, before at the game...
No, that's enough. I have spoken!
No. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Bad Publicity here.
Why do you fix that? That would have been a good one.
That's a good intro.
This is part 2.
He's leaving it in.
Of the plugged-in results. We're doing the runner side here. Remember that this was put together by Dice -7 and by MPlane on BGG. So
War Game Geek for the Lapers.
we might as well start off. If you watched the full thing at the last one, you saw at the end we're doing a giveaway here for
We're doing a little promotion if you want to hold it up so you're not covering your face.
Our friends at Harry Tarantula.
They gave us this mat. We actually ran a plugged-in tournament there, and the mat was pretty badass, and I asked them, maybe we can get you a little bit of publicity and give away something cool. So if you go to harryt.com and then just find whatever comment thread you can, even if you post on their wall, just say, you'd be interested in a Netrunner league, anything to do with Netrunner. Even if you don't play in Toronto, I mean...
We'll still ship this out to you if you're somewhere else in the world too. But just get on the site and make a little noise.
Yeah. This was designed by a Toronto artist. Right?
Yeah. Canadian.
I think his name is on it.
Well, there's some kind of signature there, or whatever this is.
No, yeah, actually, that's it. It
says
right there.
Tumblr or something.
It's clockwork.cadaver.tumblr.com. So.
Oh, there you go. So it is an original. It is an original piece.
It's quite nice.
It's pretty cool. So yeah, anyway, that's out of the way.
On with the show.
So we're talking about the runner results here, and no surprise, after the numbers were crunched, we had 9 Andy wins, 3 Gabes. So Criminal was fairly dominant.
Very dominant. Incredibly dominant.
In the win column, we should say. Shapers dominated the presence. A lot of people brought Shaper decks, but a lot of people didn't win with them.
Yeah, 42% Shaper presence up until the point of the release of this article. So there's still a couple other dates that weren't included in this, I don't think. But.
So Criminal still running away with the wins. Surprised?
Well, no, I don't. I'm not surprised. I mean, I'm a long Criminal player, and it's just
he's a long one.
Like that's where I'm gangly.
Yeah.
I don't. They have an answer to everything. You know what I mean? You can play Denial. Like most of their breakers are really efficient. Just throwing in the admin style is it's really easy to do. I mean, you don't have to splash for a count siphon, so it has that.
Yeah. You know what I find really strange is that you look at these numbers and you say, okay, everyone's playing Andy. Everyone, else, 42% of the people are playing Shapers. The Anarch has such a low turnout, but man, does everybody splash their breakers.
Oh boy.
So
oh boy.
How is their breaker suite so good?
They're so good.
But nobody wants to use them.
Basically, for the same reason that Atman and Data Sucker is great, is the same reason that Data Sucker and anything else is good, especially Yogg, because it breaks for free. Like, all these just awesome things you can do with Anarch.
It's just everything else that sets it up, because Anarchs doesn't have any real good searchers.
No.
Right? So basically, the things that are actually doing the work behind the scenes for the Atman and Data Sucker are all Shaper cards, right?
They're speechless.
They're just. I mean, we saw that run of Noise, and then Jackson Howard came out, and everybody was kind of done with that. So I think that people just went with their fallback, because Noise Shop was, when we were doing regionals.
It's still
Noise
quite
Shop,
good. It's still quite good, but it's just not like the dominant force
not an
that it
auto
was.
win.
Right? Yeah, it's not like make one run win the game.
I think if someone figures out a way to speed that up, it will. You might see a lot more people go back to it. But I find the Noise Personal Workshop combo, it takes quite a bit of setup. Like, I could set a Shaper rig up quicker than I could get a full rotating Noise Workshop mill going.
Yeah.
I just think it doesn't trigger quick enough. And with what do we?
Aesops was part of that too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But now Aesops is just one. You can only do one thing a turn.
The age of fast advance, though.
Now? No, it's over.
No, we're past.
yeah.
We're past.
God,
The games are close, man. They're always
Well, I
close
just
like that.
like we're transitioning, right? Like we were in the age of fast advance, and noise wasn't keeping up, so we didn't see a lot of transition there.
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, like they have plans for Shapers. They wanted to bring I think it was easy to say that back in regionals, Shapers was probably the lowest faction. Like it was Criminals and then Noise Shop. And I know there's a lot of Shaper players, and I'm not trying to down you at all, but they were, I think, the weakest faction back at regionals. But I think that we could agree on that, right?
No, 100%.
And then
even Gabe, I would have said, like I ran regionals with Chaos Theory,
yeah,
and I mean,
it wasn't bad.
No,
It's just
I
I
played-
think that if you would have played a Criminal,
Yeah,
like,
it
it would have been a
have
little
the
bit better.
edge that the
Yeah.
Criminals had.
But I
Criminals
think
events and all that
they
stuff.
tried
I was walking away top fives with Chaos Theory.
Okay, you can keep your ego. I'm not
No,
trying
I'm just
to
saying.
down you. Can
no,
I finish
but
my tangent?
I'm agreeing with you, saying that
You don't even know what my point is yet. I haven't said my point.
Shapers weren't.
I just said
as
Shapers weren't as no, but I'm just saying. I think back then Shapers weren't at like they were probably the bottom rung, and then they gave them a couple tools to bring them up, and now maybe they're a little more powerful. But now they need to do the same thing with Anarchs. They're giving Shapers. They're giving Shapers, you know, the stealth chip programs and all that, which I mean we haven't seen the full facet of yet, so it could be phenomenal. And now Anarchs are getting the Kessia programs, which I think a lot of people are excited for. I know I am. So maybe that's going to make them at least equal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it probably will.
I think Criminals is probably still going to be the best, but I'd love to see at least Shapers and Anarch come on tier.
Well, the designers for this game are dynamite, so they have not let us down yet.
And Lucas has
I
said
think it's
too.
balanced.
Lucas has said too that the hardest thing to do is when a faction is underpowered. He said it's so hard to give them just enough to bring them up.
Back up again.
You know what I mean?
It's hard to not.
And I think we're seeing that now with like Genteki too, right? Because it's like they're at the bottom rung, but now we all know what cards are coming out, and I think that everybody's just like, okay, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. You know what I mean? They're getting what they need, and I think it might teeter on being unfair maybe when they get it.
Yeah. So to talk to a quote from this Dice -7 article, it says there are only 2 reasons not to play Andromeda. 1, stubbornness, and 2, not enough core sets to get 3 Desperados. And if you're not, you're really just hurting your chances of winning by playing something else. Do the numbers speak for themselves?
They kind of do, based on what we see here, because that's a lot of Andy wins, and also the splash that leads right into the main things that were splashed at the tournament from the winning decks. And number 1, of course, being Data Sucker. So if you got Andy on the go with your Data Sucker and your suite of breakers, you're doing okay.
So you don't think that anyone else, like, you think that everyone should come with an Andy deck to Worlds then?
Absolutely
or else
not.
they're not going to be top whatever they cut to at Worlds?
I mean, at the end of the day, I think there's going to be people, you know, there's going to be people who want to win games, and I think it's the competitive deck, and if that's what you want to do, and I mean, it's not like you're playing in a basement with your buddies like we just did, you know what I mean? Like I just played my Anarch deck. I'm not 100% in love with it, and I could keep playing my Andy deck until all the Kessias come out, but I want to do something different, and I want to have more fun, right? But I think at Worlds, I think Andy's gonna go to Worlds. Like
You got to look at it too. So even though Criminals did win the most with Andy at 9, Gabe at 3, you still have rogue wins coming from Shapers. So we got 2 wins from Kate and 1 Chaos at least by that
and then
point,
1
right?
Kit, 1 Exile, and 1 Wizard of Noise rounds it out.
Yeah, and you got to remember that all of those decks were also sitting in a great pool of Andy decks also, but they still came out on top. So it's there, right? But what you find now is that the players who, again, want to win are gravitating towards.
I know these
What
numbers to me
North
though, I can't. Well, Shapers won North America.
Yeah, so like even the Gen Con was Kit, right? Or Kate?
No, it was Kate.
Kate and Gentech.
Cateman. But that's the thing. This is still in more of a fun setting. I think the plugged-in tournament. I mean, people wanted to win that, but at the end of the day, Fantasy Flight was giving enough prize support to make it come and have fun. You know what I mean?
It was really awesome. Really good atmosphere.
And I can see, I know from our plays, like, not everybody was coming to be competitive. You know what I mean? So I can imagine a lot of other ones. Yeah, sure, there might have been, 3 or 4 guys coming to win specifically, but like I think this is still a fun setting. Once you get into an Uber, if you're going to Worlds,
Yes.
so anybody come say hi to Jamie,
and the pearly whites and the beautiful blue eyes, all of that stuff you got them
Packaged.
Yeah.
but
Smuggling across the border.
but I think if you're gonna especially for you, it's quite a trip to go down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we can't make the trip, so I think if you're coming to win. You know what I mean? I don't want to spoil what you're playing, but you're not bringing Andy. From what I would say right now, you're not planning on bringing Andy, but you're still not going to have fun, right?
Right.
You're going to win. So,
well, if he's going to go to win here, you better take these with you then.
Oh, is this an Andy deck?
It is.
Oh, hey!
That's my deck, so you go.
Oh.
I don't know. Maybe I'm getting off topic.
No, I agree. I know what you mean. Like for us to get there, it's we could either fly or it's going to be like a 13-hour drive, and it's like, do you want to drive for 13 hours to get bumped first round, or do you want to go with something that's tried, tested, and true at this point? It's a really toss-up, but I don't know. I think Andy, obviously, I think the game is very balanced. I just think there's a lot of people playing Andy.
Yeah.
That bumps the win count up.
Yeah.
And to give another shout out to our friend Steve Kalmar, he came in second with a Gabe deck.
Yeah.
And I think that he would full on say that Gabe is better than Andy because he has not wavered slightly on playing Gabe. He loves Gabe.
He really loves. It's actually uncomfortable how
Yeah.
much he loves.
Well, especially he's got the alternate art Gabe now.
And he
so.
that custom.
It's like a
pillow
fresh
that he had to
Gabe.
make for
Custom,
him,
the full length body pillow with Gabe on it.
body
Yeah.
pillow of Gabe. It was.
So we're going into the top
It
splashes.
stinks too. Have you smelled that pillow?
Too far. Just move on.
Data Sucker was the top splash across the winning decks. Surprises, not surprised. No,
Not with that, man.
I say no.
Yeah, you got At-Man combo, but just the efficiency of Data Sucker on its own. Basically, you pair it up with cards like you got your Dirty Laundry runs. I'll hit your archives and with a Desperado out and.
Yeah, that's the card you need to hit.
Yeah.
Because I think anytime you saw an Andy play, first turn was Desperado.
Yeah.
That was the first card played.
But then the Data Sucker, a lot of people still don't play them, which is fine. But if you've got a full suite of breakers, then what's better? You run at their archives, gain a bunch of money for free, gain a bunch of tokens, and those tokens are just as good as more dollars, right?
Yeah.
So an ideal rig is 3 breakers, 2 Data Suckers, and something to raise your MU by 1, and you are gold.
So the next highest was Corroder. Still seeing
It's
the
the
best
most efficient. It's the best.
the only
The best
reason you
barrier
wouldn't use
breaker.
it is if you don't have the splash count, right? If
Wait,
it's-
and it's only
only
2.
one. No, it's
so-
1.
Is it 1?
It's bloody 1, yeah.
It's just nuts. It's just so good.
No, sorry, Corroder's 2, Yogg is 1. That's
Yogg
what it
is
yeah,
is.
so
Corroder's 2.
so
Which
Yogg
leads us
Yogg
into Yogg.
Yogg.
as the third most. So Anarch, top splashes.
It's funny that they're not winning, though, eh? Just like you said.
Well, but in
A lot of
all
people
reality,
love them.
Anarchs are winning because it's their cards that are the workhorses, right?
Yeah,
it's just
but
not the identities.
It's just like Dustin Kell says. He loves he loves the fact that NBN is getting good cards like Jackson Howard and Wraparound, but it's like they splash for nothing. So really, it's the other factions that are benefiting from his faction.
Yeah.
So
R&D interface next.
Solid card.
solid card.
Yep, solid. You just throw it.
I love that card for 2 reasons. I think it's better than Maker's Eye, and I play Genteki, so I love when people can't jack out mid-run.
Yeah, and it's just set it and forget it, right? It's down, unless they're gonna Power Grid Overload the thing into oblivion, then it's gonna be there for the game. So every time you just gotta hanker to take a peek in there, you're seeing 2, which is nice.
Quality time hits next.
Oh, Connor, I'll bow down.
Oh, yeah, quality time. So
Yeah, we had
from
an
the
argument.
very beginning
We
of
had
time.
an argument, and I said I called Diesel as a better draw card, but apparently I eat crow on that one. So
Yes, you do eat crow.
good one.
Yeah. So quality time, one one influence to splash the thing in, and you're drawing up 5 cards.
But you can see that nobody's splashing Katie Jones, right? So I was still right.
Because they're still
Are you surprised to see quality time so dominant though? But even with an Andy deck, like you're getting that off so many cards off the top.
Yes.
Discarding.
Okay,
and then having to, more cards coming in.
Is it quality time is going into criminal decks? Is that
No, I'm just saying like if criminal won so much and one of the top splashes is quality time.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Splashed.
And then Mimic. The whole Breaker suit is on that list.
Yeah, and then Mimic.
Yeah, I'm not in love with Mimic yet.
I hate seeing Mimic.
It's too much.
It's like, oh, good, I just paid 4 for my Neural Katana. Oh, God damn.
But too many sentries get, like, especially if you come up against any Hosby or anything like that, too many sentries gets too beefy. And then you rely on your data suckers, which is not always a good place to be.
But I guess with Yogg and Mimic in there, 2 stationary breakers, right? Like their strength can't be pumped. You know, you need Data Sucker in there anyway, so...
Mm-hmm.
But Mimic, you still got to pay to break the subroutine, right?
Yes. Mimic is the one you have to pay.
Yeah.
It's $1.
Yogg, you don't.
No, Yogg is...
Yogg's freebie.
Yogg's a walk.
Yeah, cakewalk.
Any other stuff that you noticed about runners and through this tournament people should be aware of going into Plugged In?
I saw a lot of Andy and one super cool Exile. Did you ever play that guy?
I played that guy.
That was it was nuts. Deck. Yeah. I can't remember your name, bud, but I told you afterwards. Like that was a wild deck, and I hope you see this video.
We played you at Snakes and Lattes.
Yeah.
That's where we played him.
Yeah.
And there was another cool deck that I saw. It was a Shaper deck. I don't remember your name, but the breakers were. He had 3 Deus Ex, 3 fairies. He was playing Kit, and he was using like Tinkers.
And,
I
played that guy
Sacrificial
too.
Constructs and Clone Chips. And I was like, I had no idea what was going on. He's just like, let's sack this and move this. I was like, what are you doing? It was brutal.
It was so confusing because like you couldn't plan for anything because no matter what you put down, he'd just bring whatever out of his graveyard after you. So it was ridiculous.
And then I even was like, and I Ronin you to death. He's like, and Clone Chip, and he's like, I was like, oh hell.
Good, really good games, a lot of fun.
So basically, you would just wait for him to run his turn, and then
good luck.
Wait for that pause.
I had 15 remote servers when I was playing.
It's like closing your eyes and then running across the highway. Especially when it was like playing that guy. So
it was awesome, dude. Good games.
That's crazy. Anything else? Any closing words there? Runner is harder to play than
I got a question for people. Do we like that Andy is on top? Do you? I want to ask people who play Andy. Do you want to play Andy, or would you rather play something else? That's the question I want to know, because that's what I'm going with right now. I played Andy at all the Plugged In, and I've switched over to Wizard now just because I'm getting ready for. I can't pronounce her name, so I'm going to call her the Red Queen to get ready for the Kessia programs. Do you want to play? Do you want to play Andy? That's what I want to know. Like, do you want to go to Worlds with Andy?
Or are people just net decking a top deck?
No, I'm not saying I don't want to depreciate anybody's.
No, there's quite a bit of variance between the Andy decks as well. Right?
No, because Andy's fun to play. Like I loved playing her, but I personally think she's too competitive, and I want to play something that I personally like playing stuff that not everybody's playing. That's why I like playing Gen Tech.
Is Andy like on the flip side of that? I think Wayland is a machine to play. As in, machine is like, you get your hand and you know what you have to do, and it's very strong, and it's like, well, here's my hand, and this, and this.
For lack of a better term, do you want to play a win button? Like, that's what we refer to him as. It's a win button, you know what I mean? Like, do you want to go with a win button, or do you want to be that dude who, like, you might lose, but if you could win with, like, say, for instance, you take first the Chaos Theory deck, like, do you want to be that dude, or do you want to win with an Andy?
Yeah, unfortunately, I want to have the most obscure deck.
That's
ever
what I like about you.
That's what I want to win.
1 second. So just gonna put it out there also to not offend the people who like the win button thing, but like I like Andy just for Andy. So there's
and I'm trying. I don't
start, and the other ones just don't really appeal to me, and it's not because Andy's great.
You can go back on our videos, and you said as soon as she was spoiled, that was the one you were going to play, and we didn't know the power.
It's a surefire thing, and like I said, her ability only works 1 time. Right? Maybe 2 if you mulligan, but that's it, right? And then after that, you're on your own merit. Yeah. So, That's why I like her.
Yeah, I wasn't throwing around win button to depreciate anybody because it's just really fun to play.
Yeah, but it is a way to describe it, right? Like,
Because I think me and you are that kind of person. I'd rather go, okay, yeah, Andy's good, and I like playing Andy, but I want to play this. You know what I mean?
Not a win button.
Yeah.
This whole thing is just to psych people out when I show up with an Andy deck.
Yeah. Crush them.
No. But
You're gonna show up with Andy, but you're not gonna run like the stereotypical deck. You're gonna run like.
And I'll build my rig like this.
And I have 4 peacocks in my deck.
4. Finally got rid of Peacock, guys. Peacock out, Yogg in.
Yeah, change your scorebooks there at home.
Yeah. Oh, so good.
That was terrible.
So good.
Anyway, thanks again for watching. Thanks for these guys who did these wonderful number crunching.
Yeah, dice -7s.
Not,
Whoever you are out there, maybe you might be multiple people. Awesome
I
write-up.
still love reading all this stuff because I'm just like, as a whole, like we're a YouTuber, group, and we add to a community. But like, to me, it's like we sit down. I had no idea what we were going to talk about today. We sit down, we kind of just yammer on about what we think. But like, this is like. This is a lot of work.
That was work.
These guys are smart dudes, so props to you guys.
We don't do number crunching.
Yeah, we try to be the entertaining people.
Oh, and you gave us a show, so thanks.
Yeah. Perfect.
Appreciate that.
Thanks a lot, guys, for watching. Make sure you click and like and subscribe. Like other people's work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And check out Dice -7's work on, where was that on? That was on...
That's their site.
Is that their site?
Yeah, it's
okay.
not a good...
Oh, check it out, man.
Yes. A couple other sites that are really good is StimHack is a really good site. Card Game DB, obviously. And Reddit has a really good Netrunner site. I think I check that every day, and there's at least 4 articles a day on there. Is that about it?
And cut!